Today, we'll be joining Brianna Garcia Myers and Chef Tommy Hearn as they walk through the process of setting up Asian action stations using versatile products and simple steps to save labor and keep patrons on site. Feel free to ask questions using the Q&A function at any time. Let's get started by sharing where you're tuning in from in the chat. I'm Kiwi Hermans, Program Manager of Continuing Education here at ACF, and I'm excited to be here with you. Let's meet today's presenters. Our first presenter, Brianna Garcia Myers, is the marketing lead of Asian food service at C.J. Schwan's. Brianna has more than 5 years of experience in marketing and business development, with both corporate partners and individuals driving growth and engagement. Currently, she oversees marketing efforts for the Asian portfolio of the C.J. Schwan's food service division. Chef Tommy Hearn is the corporate executive chef at C.J. Schwan's and has spent the past 25 years leading, mentoring, and training some of the most elite kitchens and culinary teams in the country. Known for his relentless drive to elevate everything he touches from good to great, Chef Hearns' career has been marked by a passion for excellence and a talent for execution at every level. He has served in executive leadership roles at top-tier hotels, exclusive country clubs, private schools, fine dining restaurants, and corporate operations, always bringing a sharp eye for detail and a deep respect for hospitality. At this time, I'll pass it over to the Schwan's team. Take it away, Brianna.
Thank you. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Global Made Simple. We're so excited to be with you today for this special session. I'm Brianna Garcia Myers, the lead marketer for our food service Asian portfolio at C.J. Schwan's, and joining me later in the session is our corporate executive chef, Tommy Hearn, who will walk you through a live demo. At C.J. Schwan's, we're more than a manufacturer. We're a strategic partner to chefs and operators across non-commercial and commercial food service. Our portfolio is built for flexibility, flavor. We support operations in healthcare, colleges and universities, convenience, rec, and more, delivering globally inspired, chef-developed products that help kitchens stay innovative and consistent. In college and university dining, our goal is to keep students excited about on-campus food with bold global flavors and customizable formats like build your own bowls. We help operators compete with off-campus options. In healthcare, we help chefs serve meals that are comforting, nourishing, and aligned with diverse dietary needs without adding labor strain. Our easy-to-make and serve products offer the consistency you need with the flavor your guests expect. Throughout today's session, you'll see how global flavor doesn't have to mean complexity. We'll explore the pain points many of you face in implementing global offerings, and then share a scalable, low-labor solution, the Asian Action Station. We'll wrap up today's session with a live demo from Chef Tommy, where he'll show you exactly how to build a flexible and flavor-packed setup using C.J. Schwan's products. So here's a quick look at where we're headed today. We'll start with why global flavors are more relevant than ever. Then we'll walk through some of the pain points that might be holding operators back from executing global dishes. From there, we'll explore a practical, scalable solution, the Asian Action Station. We'll share how C.J. Schwan's products fit into that model, and then Chef Tommy will lead us through a live demo to show you just how easy and delicious it can be. Let's talk about why global flavors and customization matter. We're seeing a strong and sustained shift in consumer interest. According to Data Essential, 70% of operators have reported increased demand for globally inspired cuisine. Diners today are curious, they're looking for new experiences, bolder flavors, and more variety, especially in settings like hospitals and college campuses, where day-to-day dining can feel repetitive. This interest is especially strong among younger, multicultural audiences, who are shaping trends across both healthcare and education dining programs. Global flavor isn't just exciting, it's expected. But flavor is only part of the equation. Customization is now a core part of the dining experience. Guests want control over what ends up on their plate, whether it's dietary restrictions, lifestyle choices, or just personal taste. Offering build-your-own options increases satisfaction, and it helps move the line faster, which is critical in high-volume, time-sensitive environments. There's also a very real business benefit. Operators are recognizing that global-inspired dishes carry a premium perception. According to that same Data Central report, 74% of operators say they can charge more for global flavors because they feel more adventurous, curated, and culinary. So when you can offer dishes that feel exciting and let diners personalize their meal, you've created something that hits on variety, experience, and value. That's a win for your guests and for your operation. Of course, we also know that executing global flavors can feel intimidating. One of the biggest challenges we hear is the misperception that global means complicated, that dishes might require training or ingredients that aren't used elsewhere on the menu. And when kitchens are already short-staffed or running tight operations, that misperception of complexity can become a real barrier. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be complicated. Today, we're going to talk about a solution that makes it simple to bring global flavor to life without adding operational headaches or kitchen stress. Let me introduce you to one of the most effective and exciting ways to do that, the Asian Action Station. It's a flexible, scalable concept that meets today's flavor trends, supports personalization, and fits into the realities of non-commercial operations. Now let's get into one of the most exciting and practical ways to bring global flavor to life without overwhelming your kitchen, the Asian Action Station. First, let's talk about flexibility. Asian Action Stations are incredibly adaptable across day parts. You can serve them as lunch bowls, a stir-fry bar, or even customizable grab-and-go options for retail or adjacent concepts. We're talking about ingredients like noodles, fried rice, and egg rolls, all from our CJ Schwann's portfolio that can work seamlessly across different formats. One product, multiple uses, reducing SKUs, streamlining prep, and maximizing flavor variety throughout the day. These stations don't just feed guests, they engage them. Diners love the ability to build their own meals. It makes the experience feel personal and fresh. The station becomes a visual and sensory experience, and when people build their own bowl, they're more likely to be satisfied and more likely to come back. Now, let's talk about operations because labor is always top of mind. CJ Schwann's products are easy to make and serve. Bake, fry, or steam in just minutes, making execution faster and more consistent. Items like our BB Goat chicken and vegetable steamed dumplings, min vegetable fried rice, or twin marquis lo mein require minimal handling. Just heat, plate, and serve. Sauces like teriyaki, orange, or gochujang add global flavor without requiring scratch prep, so your staff can execute confidently with less training. And here's what makes this model really accessible. We're layering bold Asian flavors onto formats your diners already recognize, like noodles, rice bowls, and rolls. Guests get to enjoy something new without it feeling intimidating. This is how you satisfy both the adventurous eater and the comfort seeker in one station. So to recap, action stations are flexible, they're interactive, they're easy on labor, and they bring bold flavor through familiar formats. So we've walked through the operational side, how action stations offer flexibility, simplicity, and guest engagement. But let's take a moment to talk about why this works so well with today's diners. The interest in Asian cuisine isn't hypothetical. It's backed by real, compelling data. So next, let's look at what consumers are actually craving and how that directly supports the success of an Asian action station model. First, Asian cuisine is growing rapidly in popularity. It adds much-needed diversity to menus, helping reduce fatigue among regular diners. When people see the same set of offerings day after day, they lose enthusiasm. Global flavors bring back excitement. Also, customization is no longer extra. It's expected. Patrons want to pick their protein, add veggies, choose their sauce, control their spice. Action stations empower them in ways traditional plated service often can't. The data backs it up. Around 90% of consumers eat Asian-inspired foods at least occasionally, and nearly 3 in 4 say they're interested in pushing beyond the basics of trying traditional Chinese food. They want to try new flavor profiles, dishes with more complexity and excitement. What's powerful about the Asian Action Station model is that it doesn't force you to choose between familiar and adventurous. You can offer both. Using ingredients like CJ Schwann's lo mein noodles, udon, pot stickers, egg rolls, and sauces, you can deliver that sense of discovery while still giving guests something recognizable, something they'll enjoy, try, and come back for more. So if you're aiming to refresh your menu, increase repeat traffic, or re-energize student, patient, or staff satisfaction, leaning into what diners crave, diversity, customization, bold yet familiar flavors, makes it not just feasible, but smart. Now let's bring it back to you, the operator. One of the best parts of the Asian Action Station model is how much control it gives you. From the overall concept to the ingredients, line layout, and service model, you're in the driver's seat. Whether you want a full build-your-own bowl bar, a rotating global special, or a compact setup for retail grab and go, you choose what fits your space, your staff, and your guests. It's not a plug-and-play template, it's a flexible platform you can tailor to the needs of your operation. Your guests get variety and customization, but you get efficiency. The station format simplifies how you deliver bold, diverse flavors without adding unnecessary prep, training, or menu sprawl. And because you're working with CJ Schwann's portfolio of consistent, high-quality products, from dumplings and rolls to sauces, noodles, and rice, it's even easier to execute with confidence. It's also scalable. You can run it once a week or once a day. You can start with 2 sauces and 1 protein and build over time. You're not locked into anything, and that agility is key for today's operational realities. Bottom line, Asian Action Stations aren't just great for the guest, they're designed to work for you, giving you creative freedom, operational simplicity, and a model you can roll out on your own terms. So now that we've seen why Asian Action Stations are a great fit for your diners and your kitchen model, let's talk about how simple it is to bring them to life, especially when you have the right building blocks. CJ Schwann's offers a full portfolio of Asian-inspired products that are ready to perform. Whether you're building a weekday, stir-fry bar, or adding a global rotation to your lineup, you'll find ingredients like udon and lo mein noodles, steamed dumplings, crispy egg rolls, and flavor-packed sauces that give you variety without requiring new SKUs for every single dish. You can use the same noodles or rice across multiple concepts. Korean barbecue bowls one day, Japanese-style yakisoba the next, giving you both operational efficiency and menu flexibility. Our products are designed to mix and match, making it easy to tailor your action station to different day parts, dietary needs, and flavor profiles. Think gochujang and kimchi fried rice, spicy Szechuan vegetable noodle bowl, or chicken pot sticker stir fry, all built from a consistent base of trusted ingredients. Our comprehensive line is designed with busy operations in mind. So instead of tying up your back-of-house team with scratch work, you can focus on efficient assembly and consistent flavor. Cook times are fast, sauces are ready to use. All of this helps you reduce waste, speed up your service, and maintain quality without overcomplicating the line. And beyond the labor savings, these products give you opportunities to increase check averages and enhance presentation. Add an egg roll to a bowl build, offer dumplings as a starter or combo, swap out sauces to create limited time offerings. These are high impact, low-lift adjustments that drive excitement and return visits. So whether you're looking to roll out a full global station or test the waters with a single-day special, CJ Schwann's makes it easy to execute. The products are chef-tested, operator-approved, and built to fit your real-world constraints. So, let's recap what makes this concept so powerful. First, demand is already there. This isn't a flavor trend, it's a menu must-have. Whether it's spicy, savory, sweet, or umami forward, Asian flavors connect across age groups and dining settings. And when you bring those flavors into familiar formats, like bowls, stir-fries, and salads, you meet that demand in an approachable way. Second, one of the biggest challenges in non-commercial dining is menu inspiration and variety. Guests want the variety without confusion, and teams want flexibility without chaos. Action stations solve for both. You can rotate ingredients, themes, or build styles weekly, or even daily, without having to start from scratch. That ability to refresh without restarting is a huge win. Third, labor is tight across the industry, and that's not changing overnight. With easy-to-make and serve products like noodles, dumplings, or egg rolls, your team can build craveable meals without needing additional culinary training or extra prep hours. You're not stretching your team thinner, you're working smarter with fewer hands and better tools. And finally, customization isn't just a guest perk, it's a strategic advantage. Letting diners personalize their bowls or plates boosts satisfaction and increases perceived value. But it also creates upsell moments for you. Add-ons like egg rolls, dumpling sauce, or protein upgrades can drive check averages. Plus, customizable stations help meet various preferences and restrictions, from flavor to dietary to allergen, without needing entirely separate menus. In short, this works because it's not just about adding flavor, it's about building a system that's flexible, efficient, and grounded in what your guests already love. And with CJ Schwann's, you've got a portfolio that's ready to plug in, no heavy lifting required. So now that we've covered the why and how, it's time to show you what this looks like in action. I'll pass it over to Chef Tommy Hearn, our corporate executive chef, who will walk you through a few Asian action station concepts using CJ Schwann's products. Whether you're looking to create a dumpling bar, add excitement to your salad or rice bowl station, or something completely new with grill and stir fry, Chef Tommy is going to show you just how simple and craveable these setups can be. As Chef Tommy walks you through the builds, feel free to drop questions in the Q&A. We'll have time at the end to answer them. And remember, everything you're seeing here today is designed to be scalable, efficient, and most importantly, delicious. Thank you, guys.
All right, that's me. Thanks, Brianna. So, hello, everyone. I'm Chef Tommy Hearn. I'm the corporate executive chef here at CJ Schwann's. And what I'm going to show you today is just how easy it is to kind of bring these bold global flavors that Brianna was talking about into your operation with use of some of our products. As a chef, I've used these products time and time again. Everything from 2,000 guest gala, independent restaurants, hotels, schools. I've even spotted them in hotels and hospitals. But listen, if you haven't introduced Korean flavors yet, guests are going to be asking for it. It's a trend that isn't slowing down. So as a chef, I have to understand the difference between a fad and a trend. Fads are those things that just come and go super fast, right? And you can barely get ahead of it, and then it's over, and then it's gone. Trends are something that stay forever. That is what K-Foods are doing. So getting behind this flavor trend and getting ahead of it getting it on your menu in a slow way at first, if it's not already, demanded, is an easy way to do it. So I'm going to walk you through a few dishes, maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 if we have time, dishes to show you how to kind of introduce this to your restaurant or to establishment. So it's going to be pretty easy. And at the end of the day, I want to help you. So I've been in your shoes. I've been everywhere from the dish room to the boardroom, all across the country. So I know your struggles and I know how to help. So just call us. So check this out. Let's switch cameras here. All right, to the cutting board. So the first dish I want to show you is this like classic steamed dumpling stir fry, right? It takes, a couple of minutes. I'm going to show you very individual recipes. These can be scaled to thousands very easily. So it's a classic spicy dumpling stir fry. I'm going to start with some cabbage. Now, I've washed this really well, and I know you will wash yours as well. We have Napa cabbage, and then we have Savoy cabbage. Now, when you're looking at this, take your time, remove any of the outer leaves that aren't quite beautiful, aren't quite delicious. You don't have to use them. And then carefully, I'm going to cut this right in half so that I have a nice flat surface to work with. Now it's not rolling around all over the cutting board. Now, remember your guest. So this has got to be sliced very, very thin. So if you're good, you can whack away at it. Otherwise, nice and slow, easy. And remember, I'm slicing this very thin. This is going to go on a fork and into your guest's mouth. So you want it nice and small, easy. And there you go. This will help your knife skills. Make sure you're curling your knuckles. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife. And you'll be in good shape. Your Napa, same thing. I'm going to do almost a chiffonade on this. So I've kind of rolled up the leaf a little bit. I'm going to go all the way into the stem, but as I get to this stem, the stem is a little thicker, so I'm going to make my cuts a little bit thinner. Right out. And now I'm going to go over to the wok that I have over here. It's well preheated. I'm going to add my cabbage to it with a little bit of oil and then let that cook for just a couple of minutes. While that's working, I'm going to come back to some other vegetables, zucchini and yellow squash. Now these, I'm going to use a tool that you're going to be familiar with, but you may have a little hesitation because it is the mandolin. Just be very, very careful with these. I've seen more people cut their fingers on a mandolin than anything else, right? And I'm sure, and then chime in the comments. I want to hear about that. I know if you've worked a mandolin, you've made that mistake. So I'm going nice and thin on this, right? Check out that thinness because we want this to cook relatively quick. Right, a few there. Go to the zucchini. We want familiar flavors, ease of execution. These now, I'm just going to lay on top of my stir fry. So as this cooks, these are just going to lay on top. And there we go. We'll give that just a couple more minutes. And in the meantime, We're going to do the same thing with some carrots. I won't bore you with that. But what I've done with the carrots, same thing, thinly sliced on the mandolin. But then I did this sesame soy marinade. And we're not cooking these, but they're nice and thin. You can see it still has a beautiful texture. And we're going to pass out these recipes to you. They're very easy to follow, very easy to do. Trainability is critical as well, because you're going to have to train your staff to do these. Then, sauce-wise, we're going to do a gochujang ponzu. So if you're not familiar with gochujang, that's a fermented chili paste. It's that little red bucket that every chef has in their cooler. We've made into a sauce, and I use this in a lot of things. So just like you've learned your mother sauces, your 5 mother sauces, in Korea, this is considered a mother sauce. So it's used as a base to a million things. You can use it as is, just like you can a bechamel or a velouté or a hollandaise. However, once you start adding ingredients to it, it just gets better. So I'm adding a simple ponzu to my gochujang while my vegetables are steaming away. While my vegetables are steaming away, I'm going to get my dumplings going. So a simple steamer basket. I'm going to put about 5 in there. We're going to go back over. We're going to steam them. And they'll be done in just a second. All right. Vegetables are almost done. Everything's almost done. We're ready to start filing. Now, plate the way that your guest is expecting. If you're at a casual place, be casual. If you're at a fine dining place, make it nice. All right. There we have everything well steamed and ready to go. So we can start plating. I'm going to start with the cabbage. Just lightly sauteed. You can see it still has bright color, good texture to it. Then I'm going to switch to my yellow squash and zucchini. I'm just going to give these just a quick little fold, quick little spin. They're not overcooked, just barely cooked through. And then we're going to check on those dumplings. Oh, these are perfect. So these steamed dumplings are done. They only take just a couple minutes in the steamer. The cool thing, yeah, I use this cool bamboo basket, but when I'm out in the industry and I'm out in the hotels and the country clubs and the schools and the hospitals, I need to go a little bit bigger for batches. And the cool thing is these can handle it. So I've cooked as much as 150 of these at one time. And if that's the case, if you need help learning how to scale, let us know. And then there's so many ways you can do this. It doesn't have to be cabbage. It could be just vegetables. You could start introducing grains to it. You could do grain bowls. It can be like this Chipotle kind of a Asian station. And I'm going to add those soy marinated carrots to it to give it some crunch. And then just for fun, I want some bright citrus notes in there. So I'm just going to kind of peel this apple. You can see that. I'm just going to go around a couple of times. and get kind of these ribbons and just let them fall in wherever they fall. There it is. All right, so that is one simple dish. But what if you do want to go grain bowl? What if you have a salad station, an action station, something like that, a stir fry station? Then we can go to something like this. So I've used our spring roll. This is a shrimp spring roll. Then our fried rice on a bed of cabbage with some quick pickles out of a cucumber and some green onions. That dish comes together in seconds. Our rice holds up super well on a well. The spring rolls cook in just a minute. You can have that dish flying out of your kitchen. Low food cost, low production cost. It's a winner. So let's get that over there. All right, that's your first two dishes. So make sure to take some notes in the comments if you think you have an idea of how to change that, how to tweak that, how to do whatever, however it fits into your establishment. Let's talk about that. All right, one more dish I'm going to do for you is just kind of a simple salad. Everybody's been to college, universities, or wherever B&Is, and you have all these different stations. So this is where that would fit in. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with our vegetable spring roll, very similar to that shrimp one you just saw, but with vegetables instead. Then we're going to start with some Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are all the rage. Let me show you a little trick though. Brussels, if you can catch that, yeah, please trim that off or don't use it at all. So I've washed these really well. Here's the trick. Cut it in half so it doesn't roll around. Food safety or your safety is important. Then as thin as you can get it. We're not going to cook these, right? This is going to be a slaw and a salad. So we're going to go, again, nice and thin. Everybody has those knife skills, right? Or just go nice and slow. The thing is you want them nice and thin. You see how thin that is? It's beautiful. All right. We're going to set those into our little bowl and get ready for the next. What I did while you weren't looking is I went ahead and shredded a whole bunch. This can be part of your prep, part of your mise en place. Get it prepped up ahead of time so that during service time, it's just easy. All right, we'll set that aside. Now, we're going to make a super simple dressing. And we're going to squeeze it right over. We're going to start with lemon and lime. Fresh lime juice. Fresh lemon juice. And fresh orange juice. I'm going to add some chili crisp to it. And make this yourself, buy it, it doesn't matter. They're all equally as good. The one thing that does matter is our next ingredient. This is our gochujang. So if you don't know, gochujang is, my goodness, one of the best things on earth. There's about a restaurant on every block that's going to have some version of this. We have rice vinegar. sesame oil. And be careful with sesame oil. It has a big, bold flavor, so go easy on it. Some avocado oil. It's the salt, fat, heat, acid. You want to have all of those things. If you're not familiar with salt, fat, heat, acid, let's write that down. Ask me at the end during our Q&A. I'll tell you all about it. It's the building blocks to umami. All right, and then some snap peas because we need vegetables. Snap peas are in season. These are very easy to come by. However, for this salad, I do want you to blanch them. Blanching these will just take a second. They'll go from that pale green to a nice dark green. And we'll add those. Once our dumplings or our egg rolls are fried, spring rolls are fried, we'll get ready to plate this. This is a super bright, fresh, clean, umami-laden salad. We're gonna cut these on a bias. And you know, just I don't know, man. You gotta take a look at that. Like, I've had a lot of egg rolls and a lot of spring rolls, and I've had a lot of product, and I tell you, ours is absolutely clean, full of vegetables. You can identify absolutely every single ingredient. I just love them. Dish number 3. Now, there's another dish that you can do that's relatively quick, relatively simple. If you have appetizers on your in your facility, if you have different stations, if you cater, if you do anything of the like, this is going to be a hit. If you have chicken wings on your menu, if you have anything like that, this can easily take its place. So lettuce bites, super simple, right? You can use romaine, you can use Boston lettuce, you can use Bibb lettuce, you can use whatever lettuce you want. And in this one, I've used our chicken egg roll. So you can see that this chicken egg roll is a little bit bigger. This is your standard egg roll, not a spring roll. Shoved full of chicken, vegetables, things like that. I put it on a bed of a Napa slaw with some pickled red onion, and then gochujang sauce over the top. Right? That's beautiful. It's bright, it's fresh, it's clean. Let's throw that right over here with the rest. I don't know anybody that wouldn't want to order that. All right, I think I got time for one more with you. So let's see what we can do. All right. This one, let's start playing with some dumplings. So the word dumpling is kind of generic. So there's pot stickers, there's all sorts of different things. So I'm going to do, this is our Chef 1. It's an edamame dumpling. And all I've done is deep fry them until they're nice and golden and crisp. A few years ago, we had this problem with chicken and chicken wings, and the chicken wing prices went through the roof and nobody could afford to have them anymore. And so I thought, you know, what if we just treat these like a chicken wing? Toss them like you normally would. I'm going to start with buffalo sauce. And pick your favorite buffalo sauce depending on wherever you are in the country. I know it matters. So whatever flavor your guests are accustomed to, go with that. Then I'm going to add a little bit of sesame oil. Remember, we're trying to bring these global flavors to life. And this is how we're going to do it. Just a touch of sesame oil. And then I told you I'm hopelessly addicted to our gochujang. So we need to add that. So we'll add About 2 tablespoons of gochujang. Stir that through. And then we're just gonna toss this like it was a chicken wing. I don't know, it's a little boring. Let's add some scallions. That's just a green onion that's been sliced. That helps a little bit. Let's see how this plates up. I think you're probably gonna like this. So, imagine your chicken farmer doesn't show up anymore, your chicken wings aren't on the menu anymore. What are you gonna do? This. You have to pivot, right? We've all learned how to do that. Those look absolutely fantastic. Remember, we're gonna treat it like a chicken wing, so we're gonna add some blue cheese. Because we're sticking with an Asian theme. Did some pickled chilies. So you can do these in-house, you can buy them by the jar, however you want. This just adds that nice pickled, fresh, clean flavor to it. And then for a little added crunch, I'm adding pistachios. I was going to do peanuts, but I don't know, pistachios just seemed to be a little bit better. Then number one side with your chicken wings is ranch. So instead of using a normal ranch, I'm going with a gochujang ranch. So there's a million ways to use gochujang, and I've used it a million ways. And 2 tablespoons of gochujang can flavor anything. So I know you've seen gochujang all over the store shelves. Ours is very, very different. It's like the sriracha story. Remember when sriracha almost went away, and then everybody else started making it? Sure. There's other brands of sriracha out there that are cheaper, but nothing tastes like the original. That's kind of where our gochujang lands. So you could serve this on the side, you could drizzle it over the top. Whatever makes your guests happy. All right. That is your 5th dish. All right, 5 dishes in 20 minutes or less. All right, let's just remember, you got to introduce these flavors at some point. So let us help you. We'll get you there. And just like that, you've got bold, globally inspired dishes that can easily go into your establishment. So if you haven't learned or leaned into Korean flavors yet, now's the time. Your guests are going to crave it, and we can help deliver that with a big splash, no matter what you do. So whether it's a salad, a stir fry, or grill, entree, appetizer, small plates, large events, the dishes I showed you, they'll fit in anywhere. So for that, I just want to say thank you. Have the best day ever. Thanks for spending time with me, and I'm going to kick it back over to Brianna. Jump into some Q&A.
Thanks, Chef Hearn. Thanks, Brianna. We are going to jump into our Q&As. Don't forget to put your questions in the Q&A chat so that we can get these answered for you. Just a couple of questions that we've got so far. Chef Hearn, this one's for you. What is your favorite example of a very versatile global ingredient? And can you share examples of how you would implement it in different places on a menu?
My goodness. Ask that one more time.
You got it. Absolutely. What is your favorite example of a very versatile global ingredient? And can you share examples of how you would implement it in different places on a menu?
Yeah, that's got to be the gochujang. I I'm telling you, it is the most versatile. Just so I can say it straight to your face, it is the most versatile sauce on the planet. Think of it like your mother sauce, like a velouté, like a bechamel. Your ACF members, you know what these are. So the gochujang, you simply take that base, you add it to ranch, like I just did. Now you have a gochujang ranch. You add it, maybe some maple syrup, and now you have this gochujang maple syrup that can be introduced into your breakfast foods. Add it to your hot sauce, like the wings. Now we can go in that direction. You can add it to your burger sauces. You can use it as marinade. You can use it in just about everything. And I've told this story a lot, but I'm hopelessly addicted to it. And I'm about to start putting it in my coffee in the morning. So,
Oh, whoa.
right?
That's going to be a different kind of wake up, right?
We were at the NRA show and we started putting it on ice cream because the ice cream vendor was right next to us.
Oh,
Gochujang ice cream is fantastic. It's really good on everything.
Love that. Here's another one. Since action stations can allow for more customization, have you seen any operators safely implement allergy-friendly customizations to make a dish accessible for almost all patrons?
Yeah. And that's number one, it's simple signage, but number two, it's knowing your guests, knowing what you have, knowing who your guests are. If you're in an establishment that's not free, well, it's no nuts for you. If you have a high gluten sensitivity population, just leave it out. You don't have to brand everything as gluten-free when it is gluten-free. Just about every salad I made, sans the spring rolls, were gluten-free. A lot of those are vegetarian, but I don't have to scream vegetarian. Just menu it the right way. And, even if it is a vegetarian dish, like those wings that I just did, let me pan back over to that. I don't know a single meat eater in the world that wouldn't want to dive into that. But for whatever reason, you put vegetarian label on it and nobody wants to eat it. But if you just call it what it is and it's delicious, you win.
Very good. Thank you. We have a question from Chef Alon. I believe it's Chef DeCoster, wanting to know, are these fantastic sauces available through the general marketplace?
Yeah, maybe that's a Brianna question.
Yeah, so our BB gochujang, the tabletop version that Chef Tommy had laid out there, that is available in the general marketplace. You could find that at your local grocery store, Target. That's kind of popping up everywhere. And then on the food service side, we do the half-gallon version of it, the tabletop, and the individual packet size.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. How about this one? In the 2025 ACF Trend Report, the ACF highlighted Chinese cuisine. Why do you think, especially in recent years, that more patrons are branching out to more authentic Asian dishes?
I'm guessing that one's coming at me.
Star.
Yeah. Asian flavors are just fantastic. And, as the internet grows and as our flight paths grow and as our world kind of shrinks, we start sharing different flavors. As we go over there and bring our flavors, they come over here, they bring and then here we are. Their flavors are fresh, they're clean, they're new. For a lot of urban folks, it's something maybe they have never tried before. But the umami and the flavors that are within are unmatched.
Absolutely. Brianna talked about how there is a misperception that global cuisine means complicated. Chef Hearn, what's one Asian dish you always assumed would be very complex to make, but ended up being much more simple than you assumed?
I would say any kind of a stir fry. Really, stir fries are just, whatever is in season, whatever your fresh flavors are. The flavors can go in any direction. There's no right way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's whatever flavors you like, whatever flavors your customers like, whatever flavors are available. You go to your farmer's market, and if it's snap peas and cabbage and peppers, well, that's your stir fry. woks are incredibly efficient in cooking. It cooks very fast with a good quick sear, but you still get that nice crunch, that freshness. Yeah, super simple.
Awesome. You may have already said this, so it may just be a repeat to make sure everyone understands your favorite. But we know it might be like trying to choose a favorite child, which nobody ever does, right? Everyone's loved the same. But we do want to know which is each of your favorite product in the CJ Schwann's Asian product lineup and why.
Brie, I'll let you go first.
Okay. I'm loving our BBGO chicken and vegetable steamed dumplings. Chef Tommy does this great thing in the office where he then drenches them in gochujang sauce, and it's a perfect combo. It's a great little lunch. Just pick me up, add some like happy feelings to the middle of the day, or if you wanted at dinner, just because it's so good, it hits the spot.
We love happy feelings. I love that. Chef Ern?
Yeah, well, it's this.
I know, that's what I thought.
But it's also you really any of our dumplings. Whether it doesn't matter if they're our soup dumpling or if they're our veggie dumpling, like the versatility of them. If every kitchen is different, right? Not everybody has a steamer, not everybody has a fryer, not everybody has a flat top, not everybody has, we all have different equipment. And I'm telling you, those can be cooked in just about anything. I've done them in an oven. I've done them in hotel pan in the oven, sheet pans in the oven. I've done them on flat tops. I've done them in fryers. I've done them everywhere, and they just outperform everything. They just handle really well. And then you douse them in gochujang.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. We do have a couple more minutes together to give everyone some more time to put in their questions into the Q&A. Before we wrap it up, is there anything, Brianna, Chef Ern, that you all want to plug or get out there that we didn't get in the presentation before?
Yeah, I'll go first. When in my time, I know that there's a lot of different issues that everybody has, and every kitchen is different. And what's important to you is what's important to us. So if that's like speed of service, authenticity, cost of goods, cost of labor, storage space, guest satisfaction, trainability, like we all have our pain points. And we can help with that because like I said, I've been in all your shoes. I've been in every pinch point there possibly is, and I can help you. So don't forget that.
Thank you, Chef. Brianna, anything?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of reiterate what Chef Tommy said. If you guys want to continue the conversation, we'd love to continue the conversation with you. You can go ahead and reach out on our website, schwansfoodservice.com. We have contact forms that'll get you connected to the right person to talk through whether that's getting connected with the salesperson or you're looking for solutions. Go ahead, don't be afraid to reach out on our website so we can continue that conversation with you and continue working with you and help you get the right solutions that you need.
Perfect. Chef Ern, thank you for putting the camera on the dishes. A lot of people are asking to see the second dish. So we'll highlight that those dishes for our watchers, our viewers.
Yeah. They're fantastic. I don't think they're going to be sitting here very long. I can hear people outside waiting to come in.
The pitter patter.
It happens here.
It definitely does. When we were trialing these recipes for this webinar, I shared it with our coworkers, and it was like a stampede to the kitchen, and they were gone so fast. Everyone else was coming to find me and said, "Where'd they go? Where'd they go?" The pictures look so good.
That's awesome. All right. Well, if we have no other questions, I'd like to thank Brianna and Chef Ern for a very informative presentation. We appreciate you taking the time to share your important insights on Asian Action Stations. To everyone viewing this webinar, please be on the lookout for the survey that you'll receive in the next day or so, which you'll need to complete to earn your CEH. We hope you'll join us next week on September 24th as Tony Reed hosts a webinar around Spicy, the combination of sweet and spicy flavors. And then on October 1st, Ecolab will be presenting a webinar on food safety. Visit the media tab on acfchefs.org to register for our upcoming webinars. On behalf of the ACF National Office, thank you again to our presenters for bringing us this opportunity, and thank you for joining us today. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Goodbye.